The Venezuela situation. I am not here to debate Maduro. We are not doing left versus right. This is about debt. A corporate debt. When a corporation is owed billions, at what point does the US military become the debt collector? Ask yourself, who gets paid? Let's follow the money on Venezuela. Let's start with something that most people don't know. There is a legal system where corporations can sue countries. It's a special investor tribunal designed for foreign investors. If a government changes its laws, raises its taxes, or nationalizes a natural resource, corporations can claim expropriation. Simply means prove that their future profits were disrupted. What happened in Venezuela is that it started to nationalize some of its oil industry. And oil companies didn't accept that as a political disagreement. They treated it as a bill. They sued in investor courts and they won. One company, ConocoPhillips, won an award that ran into the billions. And that award does not expire. It does not go away because people are poor. It sits there like a mortgage on a country. So what happens if that bill cannot be collected? There's a problem for the creditor. You can win a judgment, but you still need a way to get paid. Venezuela didn't pay. At this point, the language changes. The debt becomes unresolved and the state becomes uncompliant. Suddenly, Venezuela's economy is being mismanaged. People don't hear those kind of phrases as violence. They hear them as administration. But nothing has changed. Ultimately, a corporation is still trying to extract value from a country which refuses. So enter the US government with its aircraft carriers. When the United States captures a head of state and announces that it will run the country, something very specific happens. Control. Control of ports, control of infrastructure, control of export flows, control of licensing. The oil revenues can be redirected. The contracts can be reassigned. This is why language matters so much. They do not openly say, we have come to take the oil. They say, we are rebuilding industry. They say they are restoring stability. But the effect is the same. A military power is turning a legal claim into cash flow. If this was happening to a private individual, we would call it extortion. If it was happening to a small business, we would call it racketeering. But when it's happening to a country, we call it foreign policy. This matters beyond Venezuela because if it works, it sets a precedent. In the future, any country that tries to nationalize its resources could be told, you owe us money. This is not about whether Maduro is good or bad. That is a distraction. The real question here is, should private corporate oil debt ever be enforceable by a country's national military? And it's an important question because if you say yes even once, your sovereignty becomes optional.